of the Center for Positive Psychology at the University of Melbourne, Australia. And she's the president of the International Positive Psychology Association. Her best-selling book, The Strength Switch, is on Amazon, and it is selling like gangbusters. And listen, she's not Captain Marvel, but she sure is changing the world. Please help me welcome the most amazing Melbourne's own Professor Lee Waters. Brandon is a certified strengths coach through Gallup. Annalyn owns and operates the Annalyn Miller Group. She is just killing it in the real estate business, and they still have time to look good, spend time taking care of each other and their large family. It's so amazing. I've learned a lot about parenting from these guys, and you will too. They're like peanut butter and jelly. He's the DJ, she's the rapper. Please help me welcome Annalyn and Brandon Miller. He was a nonprofit executive. He's spoken to audiences on every inhabited continent. And I'm not just talking to kids, colleges, and parents. I'm talking about the U.S. Air Force, the Australia government, Microsoft. Okay, in between presentations, he actually runs ultra marathons and Ironman triathlons willingly. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. We're about to find out, but please help me welcome the Pink Iron Man, Dr. David Rendell. Welcome, Doctor. She recognizes the power of a parent's influence and wants to raise kids that make a difference in this world. This is what I'm talking about. This heroic mom equips parents to practice intentional parenting and delighting in the adventure of learning. Come on, somebody! She's the author of Knights in Training, and if she were a superhero, she would be Captain America. Please put your hands together for the Knight Trainer, Miss Heather Holt. Hey, Heather. Intelligence. He's the professor of the Child Study Center at Yale University. He's the lead creator of the Ruler Method. You got to hear about this. It's an approach to social and emotional learning being used in over 2,000 schools. He's on the board of directors of Castle. He regularly advises some of the most influential brands in the world. I'm talking Microsoft, Google, Facebook. Please give an emotional welcome to the Clark Kent of emotional intelligence, Dr. Mark Brackett. Welcome, Mark. Director for the Dad 2.0 Summit. We got to talk some more about that. He sits on the Parent Advisory Board for Twigdale. He works at Bark, which is an amazing company you're going to hear more about and will be very interested in. This activist dad was once voted one of the funniest dads on Twitter. So please put your hands together for the Miles Morales of heroic dads, Mr. Whit Honey. Welcome, Whit. At the UCLA School of Medicine, the founding director of the Mindful Awareness Research Center at UCLA. He's an award-winning educator, a distinguished fellow of the American Psychiatric. He's the executive director of the Mindsight Institute and the author of some amazing books that you've heard of: The Whole Brain Child, No Drama Discipline, and The Yes Brain. Please help me welcome the great Dr. Dan Siegel. Doc, welcome. Force of the National Coalition of Sexual Exploitation. She's from Wyoming, is the mom of 3 awesome grown-up kids, and lives in Washington State. I'm really excited about having Miss Kristen Jensen on because she is going to lead us in a conversation that a lot of us are afraid to have with our kids. Please help me welcome the fearless Kristen Jensen. Welcome, Kristen. Supporting kids, teenagers, and families struggling with anxiety. Low self-esteem issues, yep, she got you covered. Low motivation, yep, she got you covered. Withdrawal, defiance, social skill struggles, this young lady has seen it all, and she's about to help us wrap our arms around some of the issues our kids are struggling with. So please give a warm welcome wherever you are for the most amazing Sharon Selvey, Professor of Psychology and Leadership. He's the founder of Team Red, White, and Blue. an organization founded to enrich the lives of veterans in the United States. This man is doing it all. A professor at West Point, the president of the Positivity Project. If you haven't heard about it, I bet you your kids have. They're reaching almost 500 schools and over 250,000 kids every day. Please help me welcome the Captain America of character, Mr. Mike Irwin. His music and message embodies a level of expression that resonates with kids and parents alike. His message, keep on going, helps kids discover their sound, and he says every child is one sound adult away from discovering their success, all the way from Louisiana. Please help me welcome the Lisa Simpson of education in music, and you'll see why I said Lisa Simpson in a minute. Put your hands together, Mickey Smith Jr. World Children, the author of the best-selling book Strong Roots Have No Fear. There it is. She's a regular contributor to the Huffington Post, an authoritative voice on cultural sensitivity and self-empowerment. She's a trained Indian classic dancer. She enjoys the Hunger Games and the Walking Dead as much as the next person. Please help me welcome the Katniss Everdeen of the multicultural games, Aditi Varadhan Singh. Then the college degree, the master's, the PhD, and then take YouTube by storm 8 years ago to become the #1 motivational speaker in the world. All traces back to this young lady. We all know strong mothers in our lives, in our communities, and we are about to hear from one strong mother right now. Please help me welcome the author of The Secret Behind the Secret to Success, Miss Vernessa Thomas. Written books like The Firestarter Effect, the Kingdom Driven Entrepreneurs series of guidebooks, and Grace Over Grind. We're about to put that one to the test. She's an author, a teacher, a speaker, podcast host, and a filmmaker, the founder of Kingdom Driven Entrepreneurs, and one of my besties. Please put your hands together for the one, the only Shay Brains. Over 1 million, that's right people, 1 million copies sold, an industry first in over a decade. She's co-created Marvel characters including Gwenpool, and the character is even designed to look like her. Her creation is in video games, toys, merchandise. She's taken the comic book industry by storm. She is nerdier than you, I guarantee it. Please help me welcome the Heather Antos. Story of triumph and perseverance. Let me tell y'all, this man been through some things, but we're about to find out how he took all of that hurt and all of that trauma and turned it into triumph. He is sharing his message all over the country with schools, barbershops, companies, even the NFL. Everybody is listening to this man, so please help me welcome the most incredible, most inspiring Jorge Sierra. You're about to start seeing it everywhere. You've seen her on The Doctors, The Today Show, CBS, The Steve Harvey Show. She's the face of technology in Atlanta, literally. I'm so proud of the work that she's doing as executive director of Band of Coders Girls Academy. She's founded a social network in her spare time. I don't know how this mom does it, but please help me to welcome the Sheryl Sandberg of the South, Atlanta's own Tanya Jordan. He is a professor at the University of Colorado with a doctorate in children's media studies. This is who I want to be when I grow up. He's a consultant with Disney, with Pixar. He's worked on movies like The Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, and some dynamic Pixar movies coming out next year. He's at the center of some of the most interesting conversations about popular culture. Please help me welcome Dr. Chris Bell. She's created cartoons Blue's Clues on the Nickelodeon. She's a sought-after speaker. She's been a teen girls advocate for over a decade, and she's the founder of the famous Tilt Parenting. Her newest book is Differently Wired, Raising an Exceptional Child in a Conventional World, and her TEDx talks are the stuff of legend. So please help me welcome the dynamic, the terrific, the most amazing Demi Reaver. helping parents connect with their children in order to cultivate loving and supportive interactions. She's a mom to an amazing 6-year-old and an even more amazing 11-year-old version of that 6-year-old. And she's worked in public schools to help kids with their social, emotional, and behavioral concerns. Please help me welcome this Raleigh, North Carolina native, this local superhero, Dr. Emily King.